well, the illegal migration bill, it looks like being toughened up by the government under pressure from rebel Conservative MPs. Suella Braverman, of course, leading this. And it looks like the government will now put forward a proposal to effectively ignore ECHR. Now, a number of you very much taken the view, very wisely in my view, that you'll believe it when you see it. A number of you wary that the Lords would get involved here, and that is absolutely justified because, as the Mail note on their front page today, unelected Lords now plotting to block this Rwanda flight law, threatening to block this illegal migration bill, the proposals are being put forward. And of course, you've got Labour piping up there, describing Rishi Sunak on this as caving in to appease a small minority of right-wing backbenchers. What planet, as ever, are Labour living on? I mean, for goodness sake, the government's plan on this is nowhere near as tough or stern as the British public actually want to see, where, of course, an ECHR withdrawal, leaving the ECHR, actually favoured now by more voters than opposed by. So, of course, as ever, really, Labour on another planet on this. In terms of the possibility now that you could actually see Lords try and block this, you've had, for instance, Jonathan Gullis, one of my favourite Conservative MPs, I must say, quoted there as saying the PM has rightly taken on the legal establishment to deliver a bill that gives us a best chance yet to stop the boats. Their lordships, he said, should think carefully before seeking to overrule the will of the public. You've even got, and I've been advocating for a long time when it comes to the sort of massively, I think, outdated, unelected Lords. The Conservatives run the risk, I think, of becoming defenders of an outdated, unpopular status quo if they just go on with things the way they are when it comes to the Lords. That's reflected, I think, by the fact that the Daily Mail editorial actually making the point, as they described it, the contemptuous disregard for the will of the people by the increasingly ludicrous House of Lords. And the Mail there saying that reform of the unelected Lords cannot come soon enough. Well, I think really the government need to get on and do this, because the amount of times now we're seeing MPs vote for bills and, oh no, well, what are the unelected Lords going to do? I mean, for heaven's sake, really? It's 2023. Now, on top of that, Suella Braverman, it seems, also may have a fight on her hands when it comes to European judges preparing to fight back over the government's plans to ignore these Rule 39 orders. But yeah, the government with a fight on its hands with these plans. But at the end of the day, I know, reading many of your comments, many of you sceptical that the government will even deliver on this to stop the boats. For goodness sake, how much longer are we going to go on with this system in Westminster with an unelected Lords? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Would you like to see the Lords abolished or not? As ever, I will keep bringing you all the latest on this and more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.